What up, everybody? It's your boy, Hally, back again. Gvg Podcast, Detroit representative to the day that I die. East side in the building and all that good stuff. Y'all know how we do. I hope you blessed. I hope this message finds you blessed. Let's go. Y'all know it's Gvg. It's God versus gods. It's the true God versus the deities and people and things that we choose to worship instead of him. Y'all know we drop episodes every Thursday. I get my points off the phone and then I go off the fly. Y'all ready? It's already done. Today, we're just going to talk about something normal. I ain't gonna go too deep. I just want to talk to my people for a second. This is men versus women, or women versus men. You know how times are. So it's gonna be a short one. I'm gonna get right to the point because I know people got things to do, bills to pay, work out, kids, all the stuff that you do on a daily basis. So I ain't gonna hold you. Peep this though. Men versus women. This is something that is being stirred up constantly. The narratives are here and there. The red pill, the blue pill, the manosphere, the womansphere, the this, the that, the men saying women should do this, men saying man should do that, women saying women should. It's everywhere, all day, every day. You can drive yourself crazy with the battle of the sexes. Understand this, people. We need each other. Let's go to that first point. Most people, without even knowing it, tell me I'm wrong. Most people, without even knowing it, they equate masculinity with money. Tell me I'm wrong. Most people, they equate masculinity with money. I'm wrong? You telling me I'm wrong? Well, watch this. How come when a woman makes six figures, has her own house, her own car, and does all of her own everything, what is the first thing she says? I don't need a man because I got all my own stuff. I got it by myself. So what do I need you for? You want to know what you just did in that moment? You equated masculinity with money. Your home, your car, your salary, your trinkets, and your luxuries has nothing to do with a man. Has nothing to do with a relationship. I'm not saying that those things don't matter or don't come together. What I'm saying is that is a completely different entity. You can be poor or rich, and you can have a man. You can have 12 cars, or you can catch the bus, and you can have a man. You can make 6 figures, 5 figures, even 4 figures, and you can have a man. But for some reason in today's time, we think, or women think, that if I make all the money and I do all of this and I do all of that, somehow I have one-upped you in your masculinity, so now I tell you what to do. Now I'm the one running the show. Since when did money become the god? See, we tearing away the gods and coming together on this show. Now, money is not the god. Now, if money is your god, then hey, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, your love doesn't have anything to do with those things. A man that has $1 million is different than a man that has your back. That man might only make $70,000, but if he got your back, he's going to do way more for you than that man who's a millionaire and don't care about you. But we live in a time where people say, I'd rather have the money. Let's go to the next point. Tell me I'm wrong on this one. Most people equate beauty with femininity. Tell me I'm wrong. Most people equate beauty with femininity. The people you see on TV, the women you see on TV, they're so beautiful and so this and so that and oh, they're so great and so gorgeous. And then you have the men who women fall all over. The men who getting makeup, not drag queen type makeup, but actors, news anchors, different people, they get makeup. And the Shamar Moores, the Boris Kojos, the Tanks and the Genuines and different people of the world, the Ushers. And I'm not saying that they're feminine. What I'm saying is in this world, we equate beauty with femininity. So the better a man looks, the more women he's going to draw, because people are drawn to beauty naturally. That's why most rich men find the best looking women, because men want femininity more than anything. And women should want masculinity more than anything, but times have changed. So people equate beauty with femininity. If you look a certain way, if your hair is a certain way, the metrosexual, as they used to call them, the people who can coordinate their clothes, the people who their hair is always done, not a hair out of place, their shoes are perfect, their body is perfect, they are like a sculpture. You look at them as beauty, and that is equated with femininity. A ugly, hard-working, calloused hand man who don't get a haircut every 2 weeks and who got work boots and who is, you look at that man as masculine. We're going to go to the next point though. Question: should men have to keep up a woman's lifestyle based on her salary? So I seen a podcast with a young lady, and she was talking, she had TK Kirkland on there. And, seemed like a nice lady. She was talking about she's making more money now, so she wants to find a man who is able to accommodate her lifestyle or upkeep her lifestyle. So I'm asking that question to you, but I'm also going to answer it with my opinion. In my opinion, I don't think that a man should have to, if a woman makes $250K and she's with a man, I don't think that man needs to accommodate a lifestyle that she created herself. I don't think he needs to accommodate the fantasy or standard that you have created in your head for yourself. Because women say it's so hard to get a man and it's so hard to find somebody that's this and that. But what I see is, what I've seen from statistics is they call it the 6 figures, 6 feet, 6 pack. That's what most women are looking for, especially when you consider yourself high class or high value. But that's 1%. That is, 4 or 5% of men in the world? So you're looking for a unicorn. You're looking for something that almost doesn't exist. And because your standard is so high, you will live in denial and you will be at a place of projecting instead of reflecting. You won't reflect on, maybe I need to do this, and you're going to keep projecting and saying that it's their fault and I can't find anyone, but you're overlooking all of the good men, because the 4 or 5% of men you're looking for, they have so many options. Why would they choose you? Why would they choose someone like you? That's why you have to reflect and ask yourself that question. So this is my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. I'm not saying that everyone has to listen to me. But to that young lady, sometimes you have to look in the mirror. You can't always just blame everyone else and say, well, if you ain't making $500K, you can't uphold my lifestyle. You can't do this, you can't do that, so I don't need you. Well, you're already doing all that stuff yourself. Am I a paycheck or am I your man? A man is supposed to take care of his woman. Don't get me wrong now. You're supposed to take care of your woman. But my capacity is my capacity. If my capacity doesn't meet your standards or your needs, you have to come to a decision. And I hope it's a healthy one instead of a stripper decision or a gold digger's decision. I hope it's a healthy decision of money comes and goes. Ups and downs, lefts and right, twists and turns. Life is a roller coaster. Sometimes you miss out on 100% of the swings you don't make. You miss out on 100% of the opportunities you don't take. Next point, which kind of brings me to this. Tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong, if you agree or disagree. The two people that are hardest to date: men who have nothing and women who have everything. Do you agree or disagree? Men who have nothing, no drive, no ambition, no goals, no money, no home, no car, no nothing. I believe that they are the hardest to date because women want security emotionally, financially, physically. If you don't have anything, you don't have anything to offer a woman but your physical part. That's not enough, buddy. And all of that dysfunction and low grade level mentality that you have, they don't want to be around that. They don't want that. A man who can't pay for a cup of coffee, can't take you to a movie, he don't have a place. Even if he ain't got a place, he ain't got money for a hotel or Airbnb. He ain't got gas money if you driving. He don't have anything. That's the hardest type of man to date. Now, on the flip side, the hardest type of woman to date is a woman who has everything. Women who have everything are the coldest of the cold because they have turned into the man. You can say I'm wrong, but like I said earlier, we equate masculinity with money. So women who have everything, they also have nothing because a lot of them are filtering and projecting as if they're whole, as if they have everything. But it's like if you were in the desert eating sand, thinking that you were drinking water. That's where a lot of those women are. Because when you have everything, a man can't be anything but an additive. He can't be the head of your life. He can't have input. He can't be the driving force. He has to be beta. So women find those beta males who they have to take care of, and they get to tell what to do and get to treat them like an extra child. But you'll never find an alpha who just wants to be an additive. That's just not how it works. So it's very hard for women who have everything to date. We'll go to the next point. Working on healing ourselves. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter how broke you are. Doesn't matter if you're 6 feet. Don't matter if you feed kids in Africa. If you're not healed, you're hurt. And that hurt is going to rub off on everyone else. That hurt is going to bleed out on everyone else. Hurt people hurt people. A lot of us aren't finding the time to heal. We force relationships. We keep getting into relationships and keep getting into relationships, not realizing that we haven't healed yet. So now that person has to deal with our wounds. And what happens? Have you ever got a cut and then put some alcohol on it? The first instant shock of it is like, that hurts. So what happens when you're not healed is you're wounded. Then you get with someone who is healed. First thing they do is they pour alcohol on your wound. But the alcohol is made to get all of the crap out. So you have to be healed. So when both of you come together, there is no wound. You're not a wounded animal in a corner with a crazy reaction towards being healed. I hope y'all hear me, people. Everybody got a scab somewhere on their arm that's healed. And if you touch it, don't do nothing no more. But when it was bleeding, you ain't want nobody to touch it. That's what's happening in our lives. You're wounded and you don't want anyone to pour that alcohol on it because it's going to hurt. But eventually that alcohol is going to be part of the reason that you heal. We have to want healing, people, and we have to understand that we can't reject the people that are trying to heal us. And when we are healed, we need to find another person that's healed so we can move together, so the yoke is equal. Next point. Question. Is equality based on humanity's need for both sexes, or is it based on this new superiority kick? What does that mean? When you talk about men and women, we are equal in the sense that you can't procreate without the two. You have to have a man and a woman. You have to have a seed and an egg. We are equal in the form that we complete each other when it comes to procreation. We are equal in the sense that the way the Heavenly Father constructed our bodies, they connect. But this other equality that is out here is the superiority complex, where anything you can do, I can do better. Or let's take the WNBA. I'm not hating on the WNBA, but the NBA players, think about the NBA back in the day. They were broke. They weren't making a lot of money. They weren't getting big contracts. They were getting small contracts. They were still working regular jobs, playing in the NBA and stuff like that. So it took a while for their brand to grow and grow and grow to a point that it is now. And the WNBA is growing. But to think that you have to skip the steps of the manifestation that you want, you have to go through the blood, sweat, and tears in order to get to the sunshine. So if Steph Curry is making, his salary is more than the entire WNBA, it's a reason. It's not because people are trying to hold women back. It's not because men we're just so superior. It's because of a brand and a product. People want to see Steph Curry. People are buying his jersey. He's filling that whole arena. He's signing autographs. He's got endorsements, commercials. He has shoe. You have to understand that what they are generating is why they make the money that they do. You have to generate the money in order to make it. If the WNBA is losing money, how can they pay you more? How can they pay all of the women the same salaries as the men, and you're not pulling in the same amount of monetary value? Now, when you pull in some of that monetary value, I guarantee you'll make more money. That's just checks and balances. That's just simple logical math. That's it. So there's the other thing where you never hear men say they don't need women. You never hear that. But in today's time, I'm starting to hear it a lot more that women don't need men. Men are destroyers. Men are this. Men are that. All we need is women to make the world go round. Last time I checked, you needed a mommy and a daddy. You need a plug and a socket, last time I checked, to create electricity. So, you may not want men in this crazy idea that people have, but you definitely need men. Because we together have to furnish this world. We have to procreate and multiply and be fruitful for this world to continue on. Just because you think a woman can be with a woman does not mean that they can procreate. A man and a man, they can be together, but they can't procreate. They have to adopt. So that's the question I'm asking you on today. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that question? Let me know in the comments, because I know that that's a crazy topic for a lot of people. But it's your boy Hally, man. I just wanted to drop a fast video about the men versus women narrative that's going on right now. I just want to tell y'all that we need each other. We need more love in this world. We need more understanding. We need to listen and consider instead of just listen to reply. We need to process and learn that everyone is an individual and have different experiences. And don't base all of your dating and relationships on your past. Because if you've dated 5 people or 10 people in the world, or you've had sex with 10 people in the world, you can't equate the rest of the world off of those 10 people. You can't say all men are trash because 2 men did you wrong. Those are your experiences, not the 7+ billion people that are on this earth. So just understand that, people. To each his own. It's your boy Hally. I love all of y'all. It's Gvg Podcast. Y'all know how we do, man. Let's go. Thank you for being a part of this experience. Gvg appreciates every single one of you. I hope you came away from this video with a little more perspective, patience, understanding, and purpose. So until next time, we on Christ time.